Shame to call it a day. I was having a great time.
Good, because it was the last.
Don't you patronize me, you young whippersnapper. You're like a vulture, you know that?
He's a fine boy. Might have to cut him down to size.
I just don't like Jake Sanders.
You just don't like Jake Sanders because he's a terrific dancer.
No, it's because he showed no interest in dancing with anyone other than you.
Well, I rather liked being in demand by the two best-looking men at the party.
You didn't stop to think that he might be trying to pump you for information.
Ah, that works both ways. I found out a thing or two myself.
Not about the takeover?
No.
About him?
No.
Darling, where have you hidden my cufflinks?
It was about you, actually. I found out that you're a better dancer than he is. Actually, Jake and I said very little to one another. And when
Really?
he asked me for a second dance, I said no. Besides, you were making such a meal of the jealous husband routine, I couldn't resist having a bit of fun.
Thank you.
Jake Sanders is strictly business, darling.
Is he?
Yes, and you have no need to be jealous.
Will you be in the office this morning?
Till about midday. I've got a lunch.
Strictly business? Oh, darling, have you seen my car keys?
Look in your drawer.
Oh, I did.
I ought to tie them round your neck.
She'll sleep now for 2 or 3 hours at least.
First her horse, now this. I don't understand. Will she be all right?
Sure, she's going to be fine.
What do the police think?
Well, it's too early to say yet. They're trying their best.
Mum looked right through me, as if she didn't even know who I was.
Sass. She's in a state of shock.
Can I stay with her?
Sure. But there isn't very much you can do.
I can be here.
Okay.
Shame to call it a day. I was having a great time.
Good, because it was the last.
What brought this on?
Nothing. But it's become rather obvious. You don't need me to find out what's happening in Stephanie Harper's mind. Not anymore.
Well, I only had one dance with a woman. I still need you.
Yeah. But as what? Your spy at Harper's.
Does that bother you all of a sudden?
You never could see. I hate stabbing anyone in the back.
Then why did you go through with it?
When didn't I do anything you asked? Oh. It doesn't matter now, anyway. I'm calling it off, Jake. We're finished.
Whatever you say.
So, your husband's out of town. How convenient.
I don't have to answer any questions without my lawyer here.
Jilly, if you don't cooperate, you could talk your way straight back into jail.
I told you. I was with my husband all last night. Oh, you were there last night? At Tara's? The fashion show.
Yes, it was, but regrettably, I don't know what happened or where you went after you left. You were free to arrange a surprise visitor in Stephanie Harper's pool.
I don't believe this.
Mrs. Stewart, correct me if I'm wrong, but you did 7 years for your part in crimes of violence against Stephanie Harper and Greg Marsden. Now, it doesn't take a lot of imagination to make a list of reasons why you'd want that lady out of the way.
I didn't do it.
Your husband's away. You don't know what charter flight he took, where he went, or when he returns. Is he normally this vague?
Maybe they don't talk in bed.
Could be.
Her lawyer's here.
Bring him in.
This way.
Good morning, Mrs. Stewart. Inspector, have formal charges been laid yet?
Not yet.
Good, because they won't stick.
Really? Your client's track record doesn't exactly entitle her to the benefit of the doubt.
She was nowhere near the scene of the crime.
We only have her word for that.
Oh, I think we can corroborate it easily enough.
Really?
Yes. So why don't I just escort my client home, and we'll let you get on with your formal investigation.
I will. Don't you worry. I hope for your sake you're right.
I usually am, Inspector.
Good morning, Inspector.
Morning, Inspector.
I'd say the opposition's shaking in its shoes now that I'm taking over the reins.
So you'll be making some pretty drastic changes, Mr. Harper.
Well, yes, certainly. There'll be some changes.
At the top?
I can't reveal specific details at this stage, but there will be a concerted effort to meet the challenges of the business climate head-on.
Are you implying that your senior management has fallen down in this area?
No more than the senior management at your paper. How is old Ben? Still having ulcers about falling circulation?
So you'll be bringing in some new blood to carry out these changes?
Ideally.
Who's on the hit list to make way for any bright young sparks?
Some of the older heads might roll. Not Mr. McMasters, of course. He's served the firm well. And I will definitely be keeping him on.
As general manager?
Well, what do you think? Of course.
How about a few shots of you back in your mother's chair?
Look, I think that'll have to be it. Thank you all very much.
Take it easy, Dad.
How soon do you think we'll be able to get some interviews with your mother?
Later, okay?
Well, how do you assess Jake Sanders?
Look, I'll call you, don't call me, and then I promise you'll have plenty of copy for the financial pages.
Have you any doctor's reports?
Look, I have a company to run. I'm sure you have stories to file and deadlines to meet.
Ever do that again. Don't you patronize me, you young whippersnapper. You're like a vulture, do you know that? Someone's trying to kill your mother, and what do? Reach out with your dirty little hands and make a grab for the main chance. Well, you run this company over my dead body.
Bill, I know you've got big plans for Tom. Oh, academically, he might seem qualified to run things, but aren't you forgetting something? I'm Stephanie Harper's son.
I'm general manager of this company, and I take orders from Stephanie Harper and no one else. Now, you hold a few shares, and you have a seat on the board. But that's where it ends, and don't you forget it.
Bill, you know, I really think the best thing I can do is pretend I never heard that.
Excuse me.
Did you know my husband owns 4% of Harper's?
Yes.
This could be a bumpy ride. Watch out for the crocodiles.
They turn up in the strangest places, don't they? Good luck.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, how is she?
Dan says it'll take some time.
How soon can I see her?
Oh, she still needs a lot of rest.
If it's something to do with Harper Mining, you can speak to me.
I mainly wanted to see how she is, say hello and all that.
And squeeze in a little business if the topic pops up.
There are a couple of things that need clearing up.
Mum's asleep. I'll clear them up.
I only wanted to ask her if she knows when she'll be back at the office.
You're joking.
Dennis, it's urgent. Harper Mining is wide open to a takeover. We need her.
Oh, well. Fine. Let's rush up and drag her downstairs right now. How soon would you like her back at her desk? 40 minutes? Half an hour? I'm sure we can arrange it. For you.
Dennis, you know Tom didn't mean it like that.
No.
I'm trying to be realistic.
Then, realistically, let's give my mother the time she needs to get back on her feet.
Okay.
And in the meantime, if we can team up your enormous knowledge of business theory with my knack for dealing with people, I reckon we stand a fighting chance of handing Harper's back to the boss in better shape than she left it.
You're in real top form today, son.
I'm gonna wipe the floor with Eddie King.
Now, you just watch yourself. He's no mo. He's had a lot more fights than you, and he's won most of them.
I can beat him. Can't I?
Enough's enough. Go and take a shower.
You're the boss.
Nice coat, kid.
Take your hands off that. It's for Papa.
Will you be able to buy lots of nice things for the old man now that you're in the big league? There's money where you're going, Angelo. Real money. And lots of it. Especially if you listen to the right advice.
I'm going to take Eddie King. I've got it all worked out.
You don't take Eddie, Angelo. You take a dive.
You're kidding. You've got to be kidding.
I don't kid. Not ever. Not with the kind of money I'm laying out.
I won't fight like that, Mr. Taylor. I'm not saying I can beat Eddie King, but I'm sure as hell going to try.
The odds round town say that you can beat him. The word's out about Angelo Vitale, the Leichhardt kid. So you take the dive. And that way we're sure the outsider comes in.
No way.
I set you up. I got you started.
I fight fair or not at all.
You do it my way. Angelo Vitale.
Steph, Dr. Bennett's here, the psychiatrist. You remember?
Mrs. Marshall, your type of trauma is not unheard of in psychiatry. But if I'm to help you, I must have your cooperation. Look at me, Mrs. Marshall. Stephanie. There's nothing wrong with your face. Believe me, there are no scars. See for yourself. Look in the mirror.
Oh, please, I'm so ugly.
All right, then. All right. We'll go back to the start. Tell me what happened the other morning in the pool. You were in the water.
I was in the water. My husband had a gun. I thought he was going to shoot me.
Your husband did have a gun. He used it to kill the crocodile.
No. No, he just stood there watching me. He just stood in the boat watching me.
She's talking about a former husband, Greg Marsden. And they were on a boat in the Northern Territory, and he tried to kill her.
That happened a long time ago, Stephanie. You're in Sydney now. You're at Eden.
Eden, yes. Jilly was there too.
No, here. Jilly wasn't here, not the other day. I want you to tell me about the incident in the pool last Monday. Now, we'll never learn to deal with...
Jilly was there. She was in the boat with my husband. But he didn't shoot. He just stood there watching. Smiling.
She's had enough.
Papa, I bought it for you specially to wear to the fight.
I told you I want no part of it. The coat, the fighting.
I bought it out of my own money.
Money you made punching some other fool's head in.
Money I made working here for you.
I work hard running this place. It's enough. But why can't you be satisfied, eh?
Pa, you like running a restaurant. I like to box. And I'm good, real good. What's so bad about that?
Angelo, when you fight amateur, it's okay. Not a bad thing for a young man to keep fit to do something he likes. But this new, professional, it's not good, believe me. It's only for the money.
That's not how it is for me.
Maybe not, but for them, the big man is the money. And you are nothing. What do they care if you wind up crippled or out of your head?
At least try it on, huh?
I try it on. Then you take it right back. Money goes. Yeah. Ah.
Molto bene.
Molto bene, eh? Pretty good.
Maybe just a little tight.
Huh? No, not tight at all. I'm in good shape.
You like it, Pa?
Ah, it's a nice coat.
He likes it, Angelo. Hey?
What are you doing here?
Nice stuff. You've got a fine son. You must be a proud man, Vittore.
What do you want here, huh?
Maybe it is just a little tight. Hey, chica? He's a fine boy. Just a little inexperienced. We might have to cut him down to size. You know what I mean? Vittorio could lose a little weight. Angelo Vitale.
Sweetheart, you should be lying down.
I have to face it.
You want me to stay with her a while?
Yes, just until she falls asleep.
If I'd any idea turning up would disturb Stephanie, I'd have stayed away.
Well, you weren't to know.
All I wanted to do was see her. She has to know it wasn't me.
Chilly, anyone with any connection to Stephanie is being questioned.
I bet they haven't touched Jake Sanders. Isn't he the most likely candidate? Well, he stands to gain more than anyone by seeing Stephanie out of action.
It's possible. But it's a big jump to say that he might try and kill her. After all, the police can't exactly go overboard with their questioning.
They didn't use kid gloves with me. Well, I won't stay. Let Steph know I'm thinking of her.
Yes, of course. I'll see you out.
No need. Bye, Sarah. Do you believe her about being innocent?
I don't know. I suppose there are some possibilities we haven't considered.
Hi, Mum.
I'll only be 5.
I've done a breakdown on our trading last night on the London Exchange. Well, don't you want to discuss the figures?
No, there's something else I want you to look at.
What's this?
Your marching orders.
You can't sack me. It's not on. I thought we agreed to try working as a team.
But it hasn't worked, Tom. We can't agree on the time of day, let alone the kind of strategy Harper Mining needs. So I'm exercising my authority as deputy head of the firm to dispense with your services.
You never were very good at homework, Dennis. My contract is a personal one with your mother, not Harper Mining. I won't budge an inch until she says so.
Is there anything I can do?
No, Dad, I've, taken care of it already. You ready to go?
All ready when you are.
Great. Bye, Mum.
Bye, dear. Talk to you later, Angelina. Yes, sir.
Tom. Can I have a word with you?
Sorry, Dad. Later? Tomorrow?
Do you know those two are going out with each other?
How could I? Rena, I've hardly had a conversation with the boy since he arrived home. As if we need more trouble.
No, my mother is not available for comment. I am in charge. Yes, we're still determined to stop Jake Sanders from getting a seat on the board. How? I'm hardly going to tell a newspaper reporter that, am I? Bye. Anything important?
Mineral futures. Do you need any help interpreting those?
Thanks, but I think I'll be okay. There's so much to try to get through.
I know. Well, if you need a hand, I'll be in my office.
I'm sorry, Dennis. Mr. Sanders is here.
What's he want?
To see you, Dennis.
All right, Hillary, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harper.
Hold on. You should at least meet the enemy. Cassie Jones, Mr. Jake Sanders.
A pleasure to meet you, Miss Jones.
Mr. Sanders?
I'll see you later. And thank you.
Business or pleasure?
What can we do for you?
You might like to let me have the minutes of your last board meeting.
Like hell.
Well, you might as well. A week from today, I'm going to be a director on the board of Harper Mining. So let's not waste each other's time.
Hillary, will you get security in and have them throw Mr. Sanders out?
One day I might return the compliment.
You all right, son?
Yeah, sure. You know what they say? All the champs get edgy before the big one.
Right. I'll be back.
You're not going to need any extra help tonight, Angela. Cassie Jones. She just went really wild to bet $5 on you.
Good luck, Angelo.
He doesn't need it. He's got it right here. Okay, buddy? And we'll get out of your hair. Go for it. Come on, Miss Jones.
Eddie King might need a little help tonight. Now you be a good girl and make sure you get that into him.
Presenting, ladies and gentlemen, perennial ring favorite, embodying fistic bravery, Eddie King, and his opponent occupying the red corner, former distinguished amateur, exciting newcomer to the professional sphere, the boy from Leichhardt, the toast of the Italian community, Angelo Vitali.
Come on, Angelo.
Farewell, you protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands, come out fighting, may the best man win.
With a couple of them. In fact, Vitali
Ciao, Vittorio.
Oh, my two favorite customers.
Is that Angelo's fight you got on?
It's a terrible business.
Angelo's a favorite, I hear.
I don't want to know. This way.
Eddie King's supposed to be a pretty tough customer.
Are you two going to talk boxing all night? Thanks, Victoria.
You leave it to me, eh?
Of course.
Molto bene.
Now, I want to hear all about what you got up to in America.
Work or play?
start with the nightlife? Did you rub shoulders with the rich and famous in New York?
Well, yes, I did.
6, 7, 8. Come on,
Professional, the older of the two, King, and King keeps coming in and working on the stomach area as he now realizes that he... He's down again, and that's the second time in the fight that he's gone down. It was a vicious right from King, and he's on his feet again.
I don't understand it. He's a mile better than Eddie King.
Deep breaths. Come on. Come on. What's wrong, son? You're just not in there. Get after him, Angela. What's the matter with you?
Seconds down.
Corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. You okay, son? Right, fight on.
When did this happen?
Couldn't be more than an hour ago.
Eddie? Eddie King? Can you see me? Eddie? Can you see me? Eddie, try to squeeze my hand.
Brain scan?
Well, there's no time for that, or for an X-ray. He suffered massive hemorrhaging. We need to go in. Right now.
How does it compare with Manhattan?
Oh, it's not as big, of course. But I reckon King Kong could have a field down a few of those towers.
You glad to be back?
Yes and no. Yes, because of you.
And no?
Well, I was hoping to settle in a bit more before getting caught up in any pitched battles.
With Jake Sanders.
Him and someone closer to home.
My brother? I know he's a bit pushy, but he's worried about Mum like the rest of us. He's not sure whether having her see a psychiatrist's the right thing or not.
Yeah.
Dennis probably thinks he's helping by taking on all her business worries.
I don't see how he's helping Stephanie by harassing my old man or giving me the boot. Dennis tried to fire me today. Don't worry, I didn't let him get away with it.
What's he think he's doing?
Face it, Sass. Dennis wants a fast ride to the top. Hey, I'm ambitious too. There are ways and means. Dennis hasn't got the maturity. He needs a few lessons in life.
It's getting late. Can you take me back to Joanna's?
Sure.
Heart stopped.
Resuscitation.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mrs. King. He's dead.
Steph? Steph?